Welcome to the actual play with Just One More Fix. This is James. With me in this episode is Lacey, Carrie, Holly, and Taffy.
Hey.
Yo, hi.
You can find us online at justonemorefix.com or on Twitter at justonemorefix. If you like us, you can support us at Patreon, and you can give us a rating and review at iTunes or wherever you find us at. In this episode, we're going to keep playing Night Witches. And now, it's time to get our gaming fix. You're about to listen to part of our third session of our Night Witches actual play. These games have some mature themes, dark moments, and part of the tragedies of war. So if that isn't for you, you've been warned. And without any further ado, I give you Night Witches. So morning comes for you guys at the barn. Oh, morning comes for you in the forest. And you have delivered the poison to the grandmother. And are you guys just waiting till after breakfast?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
We're waiting for any signal of, illness. For them to come, running outside. Because, they probably, all the way out here, they probably had, an outhouse or something.
Okay, so give me a D6.
I would, okay.
You would what?
Well, I'm kind of in the woods anyway, so I'd like to kind of keep watch for anybody that's kind of coming and going, but I have also an ulterior motive, because I feel like we're going to be in trouble when we get back. So what I would like to do is, with my sketching ability, sketch anyone who is prominent enough to have a couple of stripes on their shoulder, so I can have, this is what the person looks like, distinguishing features or whatever, to try and identify German officers, basically.
Right. Very good.
Plus, if we get caught, this will put me in even more added trouble.
All right, so, you guys go full on Jamestown. And they feed them breakfast and tea with their breakfast or whatever. And it seems like what feels like to you guys way too long of time has passed by, but it's just because you're nervous. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have that moment of jitters where before you would be in the air, before flight, those kind of things. And you see, as you're watching, you see the guard at the door. My voice is cracked. I'm 12. The guard at the door is standing there, and he's sitting on a stool, and then he stands up, and you see he kind of does that, stagger, where he takes a couple steps, and he puts his hand on his heart, and he collapses.
Okay, I'm going to count to 200.
Okay.
And then I'm going to walk towards the house. And
is there, a little window in this barn?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then I will...
And it's barn doors don't really close all the way anyway.
Yeah, so I'll be, watching through.
So you'll see the same thing happen.
Okay, see him fall?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'll wait. Roughly, a minute and a half or so.
Okay. Gun out?
I will have my gun out, yes, but I don't intend on firing it if I don't have to.
All right. You walk up there, and you will see...
Her walking
Julia, creeping up.
Okay.
And, you get to the farmhouse. And it's a smallish house.
Okay. I'm going to take out my knife and stick it right in some lung tissue just to make sure this shit is done.
Wait. Which one is it? Is it the nice guy?
The guy that already fell down, I don't know. He's clearly not doing well.
Well, I was watching, but was it the guy that was nice?
No.
Okay, then, okay.
And then I'm going to kind of look in the window.
All right, then I will go out to kind of cover her.
Okay. So you peek in the window, and inside... You see that we'll say that there were 10 of them here. When you actually get up there and look inside, there are 9 people inside total.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that of the 9 remaining inside, 7 of them are collapsing or in various states of slumped over or laying down or whatever.
All right. I'm going to while she's looking, I'm going to flip this guy's body over because it's probably close to a door.
Mm-hmm.
And make it to where, his arm is outstretched toward the door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to slowly...
I'm going to... No. Hold on. We're going to get them to come to us. So I'm going to take his hand and, scratch it on the door like he was trying to get up there.
Okay.
To try and get them to come out to us.
Right on. How are you guys going to position yourselves?
Around to the side.
Yeah, so there's a porch or something, kind of be crouched down with a gun waiting for anybody coming out the door.
Very good. All right, so I think this is kind of fate. So I only need one of you guys to roll it, though.
Because I don't have any guts.
Okay.
Be something good. 9.
Very good.
Woo!
All right, so you do it, but not without a cost.
Oh, dang it.
Okay. This is an easy cost. You guys set up the ambush. the door flies open, and this is not what you guys are trained to do, right?
Mhm.
And I think as the comes staggering or rushing out, you see a German soldier come out. I assume bang, 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 right?
Mhm.
You shoot him down. Second one comes out.
And he's got,
I assume, do you guys want to shoot him as well, or?
well, depending on,
Nope. I'm
Okay.
shooting him.
So-
Anybody
so
that's
whether you
German
shoot or
that comes
not-
out, I am shooting them.
So, bang, bang, bang. And I think in the nerves of it all, the succeed at a cost is the grandmother comes out. And you guys shoot the grandmother being trigger happy and nervous.
well, that's why I was saying I was waiting before they come out.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, as German, bang, 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 another person, bang, bang, bang. You almost don't even see uniforms. You just see people coming out. And you guys know you're outgunned and outmatched, and this is not your wheelhouse. And then you see another person come through, and just before you can even do anything, you're already shooting, and you shoot the grandmother.
Crap. Oh, it's so awful.
What do you do?
Immediately stop and run to her. Like,
Okay.
I will try to.
What are you doing?
That's just.
So she runs up there to the
Yeah.
grandma,
Okay.
and you see that.
I'm going to move further in the house while she's having her moment to make sure we're not going to get killed.
Okay, all right. So you move into the rest of the house. We'll come back to that, and you see that. I think it seems appropriate that grandma should be mortally wounded here. Seems appropriately dramatic. So she's been shot in the chest, and she's got, as she's laying there, and you go down to her, you see some blood in her mouth, and she's gasping for breath.
Mhm. I will, like, put my hand over her
Okay.
wounds, trying to. I know it's not going to do anything, but.
So she reaches up and she grabs your arm as she's laying there, and she says, the children, and she just gradually just keeps repeating that
Yes.
until she fades
I will.
away.
I will tell her. I will save them. I
Alright.
will. And then, as she dies, I will gently lay her down, and then realize that I'm in, like, the midst of, like, a war zone,
Right. Okay.
and could be possibly shanked right now. So.
Right on. So you move into the house and she's having this moment with the grandma, and you look through the house and there's no one else in here.
Okay.
You do see on the table is spread out some maps and things like that of some things written in German.
I would like to take all of that stuff. I would also like to take, is there something like a dog tag or like the equivalent, like something that if
Like-
you were a German officer, there's
Oh.
no way you would leave without this, like proof that like we
So
killed
they
these
usually
like,
people.
take
name things or
the
something?
lapel,
Like the
there are
bars.
trophies, and officers have swords and that
Okay.
kind of stuff. So yeah,
Well, swords are kind of cumbersome, but I'll take shoulder bars or whatever.
I will tell you, if they have, like, stuff marked, like, if there's pencils, like, we should draw circles where they have all of the stuff marked, so we remember what they were looking at.
Okay.
And then we'll gather up
so
all
you
of that
gather
stuff.
all the stuff up.
And I might want to take an extra gun or two since we're limited on
all-
ammunition.
A bunch of guns,
Okay.
if we can.
Right. So they're like
What we can carry.
they're vaguely familiar. Like they work
And
pretty much
food.
the same.
Did they have any trucks?
Yes, there is a large, like 1-ton truck sitting there, Mercedes Benz.
Are there any German lady officers or soldiers?
Not that you're aware of.
Do I think with an appropriate amount of work I could look like a dude? From a distance at least?
I think I could.
Like if we trimmed our hair off real quick and put some officer suits on, granddad, he's a dude.
Yeah. But do we want to do that when we get back to where we are?
I mean, we speak Russian, so we at least have that going for us. Plus we have all this stuff from German officers. I think we could,
Make it through pretty easily.
I think we should try
Especially
and sneak across.
Traveling in the daytime.
All right. I think we hide the kids in the back of this truck and hide one of us in the back of the truck and then go, full on chop the hair,
All right.
strap the boobs down. Who's got smaller girls? That's what we need to know. That's really what it comes down to. I think I'm hiding easier than you. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
All
Judging
right,
by
so
these portraits.
what are you doing? Are you taking the grandfather with you, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will try to gently break the news that
He's actually. You guys come out of there, and you see that he's standing there, and he has the children with their heads turned into his embrace, so they can't see.
we need to get to the truck. I will find someone about his size and take all their stuff off. Here, put all of this on.
So he walks them to the truck and he puts them in the back, and it's one of those scenes where the uniform. I mean, he's a older, portly farmer guy. It's on, it's buttoned, but it's a little snug around the midriff.
Yeah.
And he says, okay.
I'll give him one of my pistol and I'll grab one of the bigger guns. You're gonna stay in the front then?
Mhm.
Okay. I'll grab the German uniform and put it on over mine, too.
Mhm.
Just in case, like, that way I can be turned around to the back and make it look like
Right.
I'm a soldier.
Okay. Right on.
In case they, like, look into the truck or anything. Before I leave the house, is there any kind of, like, portraits or anything like that?
Yeah, there's a couple pictures and that kind of stuff inside the
I
house.
love the grandmother.
I'm gonna
Little
grab.
softy.
I'm gonna grab like a family portrait
Uh-huh.
for them, and then I'm actually gonna find if there's like one of just the grandmother. Like I'm gonna take that and put it in my pocket, like my actual pocket.
Right.
not
Right. Okay.
The outside one.
Very good. So you guys snatch up the last few things there, load up in the truck. Now let me ask you this: do you feel like it requires a move for you guys to get back, or should you guys just arrive back?
I mean, how much? We still have a fair amount of
'Cause
German occupied
we got
territory
about
to make it through, don't we?
Halfway through, you said.
You have a fair amount, yeah, but you're in a German vehicle. I mean, it's not. I think it's fair to say that you can make it the large portion back pretty relatively easily.
I think there's probably at least a checkpoint as you're leaving the more German occupied area going
Okay.
into the. But I think like the role could be like to say we're from Russia. Perhaps the grandfather or something knows roads that
Oh,
aren't a
okay.
way that isn't necessarily marked, and that would be like the role to see if we have to go down the German occupied road or if
Yeah.
we have
All
like
right.
this side detour.
So I think that just seems like an act up to me, or not an act. I mean, a tempt fate. I'm sorry, I keep saying act up when I mean tempt fate.
Do you have any guts?
No,
Oh, I have no guts either. Who wants to do it? You want to do it this time?
I'm gonna do it.
Do it good.
I got a 7.
Hey, that's still pretty
Oops,
good.
that was a sickle.
On a 7 through 9, you do it, but not without an ugly cost. Worst outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. What are you thinking, Carrie?
I think that the Russian military should see them in the German uniforms and be alarmed. And it's just when they get home and maybe something bad happens when they get back.
Maybe the truck gets shot up.
Like, they're still going to make it back, but, I mean, they're wearing German uniforms.
Mhm.
They're in a German truck. They're heading into Russian occupied territory. Probably at alarming speeds through back roads.
As fast as your little wheels can carry, huh? Okay.
Oh, the grandpa's gonna die and these kids are gonna be orphans.
And you're going to take care of
I
them.
thought about having the grandpa die, but that seems a little too easy to kill both grandparents. I think, it's sort of, I don't know. So I think you guys are driving back roads, going a little too fast, and you're in the front seat, right, with the grandfather,
Mhm.
Fedor, as you guys are driving, and you see that there is something across the road, like a tree, right, up ahead. So he starts to back down and he downshifts, and about the time he's slowing down, you hear the pop, 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 pop of gunfire coming from both sides of the truck.
Oh shit.
Oh,
As soon as I hear that, I'm gonna throw the kids on the ground and like cover them.
Okay. So you throw the kids down, and yeah, they're just machine gun fire, pow, 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 just riddle with like roaring through the front and back of the truck as you guys have driven into what looks to be an ambush.
I'm gonna start shouting as loud as I possibly can in Russian.
What are you shouting?
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! I'll maybe throw out, "We have children on board" or something.
Baby on board.
I think that's an act up. I think it sounds like acting like a. Is a lady the right one, do you think? Or, because it's not acting like a hooligan. Or no, it could be a Russian natural born airwoman too. Acting, a natural, because you're calling out, delivering orders to Russian soldiers.
Mm-hmm. I think that seems appropriate.
Okay, so go ahead and roll plus medals.
I got an 8.
An 8. So choose one.
So I'm gonna choose make someone do what you want.
Okay, yeah, it seemed the obvious one.
They're gonna quit shooting at us.
Okay. Fortunately for you guys, there's no spot where this could go wrong with other officers or whatever, so there's no, fault. So the gunfire stops. There's some tense moments where they're like, you don't see
What?
anybody. They're all laying in the grass and the tall weeds and whatever, and you hear like,
I will identify
Russian?
myself.
You're Russian?
I am Lieutenant Yulia Salenkova of the
Airborne Brigade.
588th Airborne Brigade.
You see, so out of the high grass, you see a couple helmets poke up, with gun barrels pointed still, and you hear someone say, you hear a familiar voice that says, "Yulia?" And you look and you see
Yuri.
Sergeant Yuri, and he's like, he puts his gun down, and then everybody's more confused looking at him like, what the fuck is happening right now? And that's what, he's a sergeant. So there's someone else there who's like a junior lieutenant there. And they're like, you see that on both sides now, like a whole about, 25 men are there, fighting infantrymen are there, standing up, and they're like, what in the fuck? And Sergeant Yuri comes walking up and is just, has this dumbfounded look on his face like, what in the hell are you doing out here in a German truck? And
I'm gonna drop my gun, hold my hands up or whatever. I don't want to get shot.
No.
Okay.
He said, he tells everybody, and you do that, and he tells, he waves everybody else to put their rifles down. And
I'm gonna walk over there, pull a crumpled letter out of my pocket, and push it against his chest. Be like, I told you I'd write.
So he takes it and he looks at it. He's like, that's great. I still don't understand what the hell is happening right now.
We got shot down.
Okay, so it makes more. What? About this time, are you climbing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, first I'm going to get up. Are the children okay? Did anybody? Did any of us get shot?
By the grace of God, it appears that no. The truck got riddled with bullets, but
I got them down just in time.
Yeah, you can see there's the classic thing where there are bullet holes where they were sitting, because you can tell where people sit when they're in a truck. You're looking at the outside of it, so it looks like you just at the right moment pulled them down to shelter them.
I will of course strip off the German uniform and then pull back the cover and get the kids out of the back of the truck and come down looking like myself.
Right. So they walk up and they offer you guys cigarettes and canteens of water and all that kind of they have that holy shit, so no shit there I was moment, right?
Yeah.
And
we'll start kind of giving them a quick rundown of kind of what happened, but we need to get back so we can tell them exactly what happened
and share your maps
and deliver some information.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to kiss Sergeant Yuri, because I feel like at this point I'm not going to get in trouble if I do it, because really,
Fair enough.
We just survived.
We just saved the day.
Right on. So yeah, you grab a hold of him, and he's kind of at that where you lay it on him, and he is shocked and blown away, like holy shit. And there's talking among the other soldiers, and then they stop. And then they're like, Yuri, motherfucker, talking all that kind of shit to him or whatever. He's like, I had to come all the way out here into German territory to find a girlfriend, all that kind of shit. And then he'll embrace, once the moment washes over him, he'll embrace you, and whatnot.
Ooh la la.
And
That's okay. The French will be your allies.
So he pulls away, and the minute he pulls away, everybody's just giving him shit, and they hitting him in the shoulder or whatever. He rolls his eyes. It's what you guys would expect, military personnel, whatever.
I will walk up and quietly over to you. So I guess this doesn't need to be in the report. And I'll nudge you in the ribs.
Right on. Well, you guys sit there for a minute, have a more relaxed moment. The lieutenant that's here asked to see the intelligence that you got.
Is he the commanding officer for
them here? Yeah.
Okay.
He'll kind of look through things.
We'll give him a rundown. I'll show him my sketches, and they're good.
Right.
So if they've seen these guys before or know who they are, I'll match up shoulder bars with sketch or whatever.
Right. So he goes through more or less to look at see if you're in any immediate danger here is what he's looking at. He's not involved in larger planning or anything. So he finishes going through that and says we should probably get headed back if you ladies want to be back tonight.
Yeah.
So will we? I want to take the maps with us.
Yeah.
To be okay, I just
you guys are going
I didn't know
to
if we
an
had to give them
actual
anything
base.
Yeah.
But I'll lay it out on their map, anything we happen to see along the way, or anything that the old guy knows about the local area that can help them.
His intention is to take you, to escort you guys there.
Okay.
So you guys will all, because you realize while you guys are oh, this is great for us, it's going to look really good for them as well if they bring back some down pilots with intelligence and all.
I will also strip off all of this German nonsense, like somebody taking off bugs or something.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay, very good. All right, so you guys take all that off, you load up, and you are headed back. And with Ruslan, what are you doing with Mr. Ruslan?
Well, I said I owe him a drink, but I don't think that I could get him any drinks right now. I don't have any. So, I'm going to tell him that I'll have to get it for him later.
We do.
But that would be stealing from you, and We need that for when you get back.
We do.
So,
Okay.
but I'll try to have some in a couple days, and I'll meet him same time.
He smiles, shakes his head, gives you that, you women are all the same.
We could go into town.
It's like, I don't have time for that, darling.
Okay.
He looks at you, he winks, and he says, I'll be back.
Okay.
I'll be back. He says, I'll keep an eye out for your German flyboy.
If you get him down, I want to hear all about it. All the details.
He stands there for a moment.
I'll give him an embrace.
Okay.
Thank you
Says,
for
"No
taking
problem."
me seriously.
Well, I mean, I didn't realize the situation was so dire. Not referring to like he's not talking about the damage you guys are taking, but more like your flight situation.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, I want to make sure you wasn't like trying to insult you.
No, I didn't take it as an
Okay.
insult. I took it as a compliment. Like, look at what they're doing. Like, he's gonna go back and tell those guys that he flies with. You know those little ladies we fly with? They're flying dusters.
They're flying paper airplanes, quite literally paper airplane.
The thing, I have a car at home that goes faster than that airplane. Actually, I'm not even sure, but
Yeah.
Okay, so no, I don't take it offensively.
Okay.
And I do intend on getting back to him. So it says on our day actions we have 3. Personal, regimental, and squadron is what we wrote down last time. So can I count that as squadron? Or regimental?
Sure, yeah.
And then I would like to spend the other 2 actions writing my letters and getting this 50 caliber gun.
Okay. So it's getting the 50 cal will probably be there's 2 ways you could do it. You could do it through requesting it through like a requisition form, or you could do it through where you would go just talk to someone and get it. One would be using your medals, and then the other one would be using, I think, right,
A
medals?
better idea. I'm gonna go see Nina. Or, Dasha.
Okay. You know she's laid up in the hospital?
I do, but I figure that Nina, the mechanic, is gonna see her, and that if she puts in a request for a bigger gun to be put on our plane, it might be on there when we get back.
Okay.
And I could go
Okay,
see...
so we'll stop. You arrive at the hospital, at the infirmary, and actually it just so happens that you didn't see Nina in the hangar when you were there with Ruslan. So you're like, I don't know, maybe she was getting food or whatever, and you see that she has slipped in here, and she's sitting bedside with Katya and Dasha, and she went to the commissary, and she snagged up a bunch of, what do you call them, nectarines that are in the area, and she came over here with about a dozen nectarines, and she's sharing, as you guys are kind of like quietly in the corner enjoying some of the best tasting fruit that the world has to offer right now in the war zone. First off, the door swings open, and you walk in, and you see 3 eyes the size of like $50, like, oh shit, as they're looking back at you, as you guys hear the door open, and you're like, oh, caught red-handed.
Hi,
Hello, Vera.
I came to see you.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm getting better. How are you?
I'm great. I have a plan. I mean, not to take away from your resting or anything, but I'm kind of excited.
Tired of resting.
Okay, well then you can help me. And then I'm gonna look at Nina too. And you. I knew I'd find you. So.
She has this dog in the headlights look, because you seem very excited about this.
No, you guys keep eating your nectarines. That's what I'll think it's about. I don't care. I don't eat them. I'm good. I'm not.
No
I don't even,
fruit.
no, it gives me
No?
heartburn. I'm a bad liar,
You're
too.
16.
I know, it's such a bad lie.
Everyone gets the Hartford at 16.
Shh, nobody knows that. So I spoke to Ruslan today, and he's one of the male fighter pilots, and I'm trying to figure out a plan to take out Yellowtail, because I know that when Dasha and Yulia when Galia and Yulia get back, they're going to want to take him out. So we're looking at my plane, Suka. Well, really both planes, because Suka's kind of in bad shape right now. But anyway, we were looking at the planes, and we think that we could mount a 50 caliber gun on there. And I'm going to look at Nina. Does she have a face? I'm going to look back at Dasha. And I thought, the smartest person I know is you, and the most mechanically inclined person I know is Nina. So if you could requisition a new gun and accidentally mount a 50 caliber on the plane, then I would have a gun that is big enough to take out Yellowtail. We just couldn't use it unless it was against another airplane, because it could knock it out if we didn't keep it
I'm
tight.
just kind of looking at you like, have you seen our planes?
If anybody can do it, it's you and Nina. The two of you. Like, I've never seen 2 mechanic. I know you're not a mechanic, but you are so smart.
Flattery.
Will you do me a favor?
Flattery.
Will you get soda for me?
I don't know if flattery will help us with this but
It's personal. Yellowtail shot down Yulia and Gaia. We have to take him out.
I mean, I don't disagree with you. I think the gun's going to be a bigger challenge than you think. The minute you shot it, I mean, you may be able to use it momentarily, and it's going to rip itself right off the plane. That's a solution that we're going to have to come up with. I think that's going to be a bigger problem than finding guns.
Well, really,
on
it
the
would just
planes.
rip the mount off, not the plane.
No, it wouldn't stay on the plane. It would shoot itself right off of the plane. I think Nina and I will have to work on this. Not saying
Really?
it's impossible.
I'm gonna embrace you harder than I should because you're not.
Why are you so strong?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We can try. That's all I can promise you is that we can talk about it and we can try. It would be pretty funny to put awesome guns on the girl
Could
plane.
you imagine Yellowtail being taken down by one of us night witches?
That'd be pretty great.
So here's how I see this. Okay, well, let me back up. So Nina says, I'm not saying I won't help mount this gun, but there's no way I'm requesting this gun. There's no way it'll go through.
So maybe we don't request it. Maybe we find it. Maybe we happen to stumble upon a stray gun someplace.
That's on. If you guys can find it, I will totally. I'm definitely up for helping you mount it. But you guys got to come up with the gun and the ammunition.
I can do it.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
It's probably only going to be one plane, so
It only needs to be one. Only one bullet. Well, several bullets will take him down.
One bullet.
One shot, one kill.
from a plane. Because that's how we do.
I guess that would count as personal business then,
There's some
because I
wine
met
if you
with
want.
Dasha.
I'm not promising anything. It's going to be difficult. We'll try.
You just rest up. I had the idea and I needed to share it. And I wanted to make sure I came and saw you.
But wait,
There's more?
when you came in, you said that I have a question for you because you said that Yulia and Galia are not back yet. What are you talking about? I thought someone went to get them.
They wouldn't send anybody to go get them because the plane was already burning when it landed.
Okay. Well, I guess I have more things to think about.
They'll be back. I'll send them to see you as soon as they get back.
Okay. I know they'll be back. If anyone can make it back, it's them.
Especially Yulia.
Dang, no faith in Galia?
No, I like Galia. She's a sap.
Aw.
Galia's my friend.
I know. I wrote about it in my letter.
Okay, so it's not actually a 50 cal, but it's a DP-27 is actually what we're going to say it is. Or no, it's a light one. Hang on. How about the... It's going to be a PM 1910.
PM 1910.
That's what I'm going to go with. I don't know that that's actually correct, but that's a Russian heavy machine gun.
Okay.
So,
I have a question.
what's that?
Like, outside of all of this, what's the, like, potential of me actually being able to pull this off? Like,
To mount it on there?
I mean, how would I...
I would
So
look for like a downed, like a grounded men's plane that like already has one.
So I was thinking
The
that we
gun,
could
the
salvage?
gun that we're talking about is actually like
One that would
a heavy machine gun that the infantry carry. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You know,
So it's something that would be
its
on, like, a
availability.
vehicle.
I wouldn't have to go, like... I could scrounge one. I wouldn't
yeah, it's
have
possible.
to... Okay.
Now you may have to owe somebody your, bargain and beg, bargain, and steal, however you want to say that,
Sure.
to get it. But they are in the area, and it's entirely possible for you to get both gun and ammunition. Not necessarily easily, but it's entirely doable.
Okay. Because I'm telling
The
you,
hardest
like,
part of
okay,
this-
I can try this.
The
but-
hardest part of this plan is actually shooting the plane down. That's the hardest part of this.
So I'll do the easy part, and you do the hard part.
So I'm going to shoot. You're going to actually get the gun?
I'm gonna try to get the gun.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure, like, outside of our conversation, that it was something I could actually do.
Yeah.
Okay. Putting you down.
Because
All
how
right,
much
so-
do I know about guns?
I need to learn how
Not
to
a
shoot
super
one.
lot.
This is true.
Is there a skill for that?
Not really. It would be. It would probably attempt fate if it's on the night cycle. I would say that would be appropriate.
That's kind of how it is every time I actually do shoot. It's a scary thing.
Is there anything else that you want to do?
I have a couple things I want to do. But I think I need to go get some vodka.
Okay. Where are you going to get vodka?
I know she went into town.
Alrighty, so you're heading into Trude Gornyaka to get a
To get vodka,
vodka.
champagne, and throw these in the mailbox.
All right, so Holly, were you trying to keep it secret where you got the vodka from? Or
No, I told them.
Okay, I can't remember if you told them or not. So
Yeah, I told him I totally went into town to try and find goods, and I got some alcohol for
Okay, so you know
and the cigars. That's where I got the
I didn't know
cigarettes
you
too.
had cigars.
you know where Galia went to get this
The
vodka
liquor
from.
store?
No, yeah,
Or
no.
the bar?
It was at a
It's called Ye Old Handy Mart.
Yeah, so there's a pub there in town, and he makes his own potato vodka.
I'm going to go to the pub.
Is it called the Stall Inn?
That joke is totally staying in there.
That's amazing.
Well played, well played. You can have a +1 on the next thing you do for that. That was pretty epic.
Thank you.
So you arrive at the pub.
I'm going to walk in.
Okay.
Pull up a seat at the bar. Is there anybody in here?
Yeah, there's several people that are in here. Mostly older men, and the guy that runs the place.
I get paid, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume. I don't really know how it works in this.
I mean, I do. Maybe you're volunteering.
I mean, I would assume you get some sort of stipend or something. I don't know. It's probably not much, but yeah. A part of the scrounging thing is may not be if you succeed. It may be that you just have money to get whatever you happen to have enough money.
What is it, rubles?
Yeah, rubles.
Think of the rubles you'll save.
So yeah, there's a old man, and he looks over and he's like, does a double take when he sees you sitting there, and he comes walking over with a smile on his face.
Hello. Vera.
Vera, Igor.
Igor, nice to meet you. 2 things. I want a home-cooked meal. And I want to buy a bottle of vodka.
Says, what about this face makes you think I can give you a good home-cooked meal? He's this old man with a big, fat, round, red nose. He's seen a lot of winters, and a lot of Russian winters. And he just said, he's like, I can help you with the vodka. I've got vodka in spades. I am not a cook.
Oh.
You probably shouldn't eat my cooking. That's why I have a wife.
Okay. Then I will take 2 bottles of vodka.
Go ahead and give me a... Good. We'll just do a scrounge. That sounds good.
Okay.
So roll plus luck.
JD said no.
This evening.
A 6.
Take that.
I wear full dress.
A full dress.
Well, it says my uniform is full dress.
Oh, so you're all...
So he probably knows that I'm not supposed to bring vodka.
Yeah,
back.
so he looks at you and says, you won't trick me again, young lady. The
Again,
Florida truck's been down here several times talking to me about the vodka that magically makes its way back to your guys' base.
I'm really sorry. It wasn't me. I promise. I'm not here to get you in trouble. I swear. I made a promise to a friend, and then I have some other friends that are gone, and I was hoping to celebrate when they got back. It was just an idea. I'm really sorry.
He looks kind of like,
I didn't want you to get in trouble with the Plita truck.
okay. He looks very uncomfortable. He's not the kind of man that seems equipped to deal with upset young women.
Igor, I don't want us to get started on the wrong foot. I insulted your cooking, and now I'm trying to get you in trouble, which I didn't want to do.
He has one of those moments where he stands there uncomfortably paralyzed, where his eyes dart back and forth to the other people at the pub. Like, someone, please help me. Please help me.
I feel like I just wasted all your time now.
About this time, you hear the sound of a large truck, the rumble of a large, heavy truck coming down the road.
I'm gonna go outside. Wipe the tears off. They're fake anyway.
So he's looking at you uncomfortably. The sound of the rumble of this truck comes through town, and you just stop, and now he looks even more dumbfounded and turn to walk away. And you think you may never get anything out of this old man again because you've so thoroughly confused him as to whether this was just some giant scheme by the political police or whether you were legit.
I have my letters with me, by the way, in case the political truck does see me in town. I'm just here to mail off my letters.
Right. Okay, very good. So yeah, you're certain that this guy will never, if you come talk to him again, he may walk, run the opposite direction from you.
Igor equals a no.
Yeah, he's overwhelmed by that which is just Vera, thanks.
Well, it's probably half true, too. I'm like, oh my god, I just failed again. I'm gonna go, oh, there's something else I should be doing.
So you step outside and you see a German truck driving into town. And you see, you like cover, put your hands over your
Metal?
Clutching her chest.
Your metal.
That's
Yeah,
right.
your metal. You clutch your metal to your chest, and you see in the driver's seat is Sergeant Yuri and Yulia.
Stop the truck! Stop the truck!
So it comes to a stop.
I will jump out of the truck and run and tackle Vera in a giant hug.
I'll poke my head over the side. What do we do? Why are we stopping? What? I will jump out of the truck and run over. I'll run and embrace her as well.
There's a
Dasha's
big
in the hospital, but she's okay.
Russian lady
Oh,
dog
thank
pile.
God. Is everybody else okay?
Yes, everybody's okay. We were just worried about you. I told me to back. I was trying to get you guys some champagne, but they don't have it here. And then I heard a truck and I got scared. Anyway, I knew you guys would be back.
Well, what are you doing here? We
I was just mailing letters.
okay. Well, you should do that, and then we can go. You can ride back with us.
That's a very good formulated response you have there.
All right, I'll throw these in a box.
Just like, yeah.
Well, a mailbox, and then I will hop in the truck with them. What happened?
Oh my God, it was crazy. It was so.
We'll tell you the whole thing when
It
we
was-
get back
yeah.
to the bunk.
Yeah, because Dasha will want to hear.
Yeah.
So
and
I think
we'll
there's
probably need
this
to get
appropriate moment where you remember the two goons that were trailing you after you had the vodka? They have the pub has kind of cleared out onto the front porch, basically, right? They're standing
see
up,
what's going on.
To see what's going on. And there's this huge reunion that happens,
Yeah.
and there's like some of the male infantry soldiers have gotten off and they see this all happen. Everybody's sort of sitting there smoking and joking. And you see that these two goons that were there that sort of trailed you are standing there with all this happening, and you look over and notice them, and you have this feeling that they have this real shame come over them
That's
for
right.
harassing you early. Do you know what I'm saying? They're
I will stand up taller, like ha ha ha.
right, and they're like, oh shit. Okay, we're lesser human beings for having done that or whatever, and they sort of quietly slink back into the pub while all this is happening.
They could enlist.
That's right. They're chicken shit.
I kind of painted them as cowards before, so it just, All right, you guys mount back up and drive back to the base. You guys arrive, and there is much
Fanfare.
and
Huzzah.
to do.
Yay.
You guys will get back, and you will get a request. I mean, air quotes request to report to the command tent.
Do I feel like I could blow this off for a few minutes to get checked at the medical tent?
I don't know, maybe for a few minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna go see Dasha.
You could definitely go, but you couldn't. You probably shouldn't.
I'll try and limp on my way there.
I will put my arm underneath her shoulder.
Okay, right.
Oh, your leg's hurting you again.
Just acting up.
I'm like, what are you doing?
It's this trick knee.
Dasha.
Oh yeah, we need to tell her we're alive.
Okay, so you guys pile into the infirmary.
Galia! You
Well-
made it back.
I'll run over. What happened?
Don't hug me.
I did that earlier.
I am so much better now that you are all back.
Yes, we made it back.
Okay.
We actually
to tell me
saved a
everything.
family as well. Well, most of one.
You saved a family.
Yes, they were their
Children.
farm.
We saved children
Their farm was taken over.
from the
So,
Nazis.
but we'll tell you all that later.
Yes.
We gotta go.
I want to hear everything. Okay, come back soon.
All right, so
We'll
you
wave
guys,
at Katya.
Gotcha. She's like, huh?
She's like,
Aw. Looking like Scarface,
As-
Two-Face.
as Vera's like, oh, God, every time. Alrighty.
Just looked at me with that eye.
All right, so you guys arrive at the command tent, and you walk inside, and there you will see the regimental commander, Major Bereshanskaya. You'll see the chief of staff, Captain Lobodeva, and basically everybody who is anybody here.
Great.
Senior Lieutenant Petrova is here, the regimental Politruk, Barsakova, and the deputy Politruk.
I will, when we get in there, I'll stand at attention until we're addressed.
They they tell you, at ease. They tell you to have a seat.
Oh, shit. Are they all like all around us, and then like we're like?
Well, they're at a table. They were
Okay.
they were going over things or whatever, and
I'm gonna straighten out my uniform. I was expecting this. Been expecting this since we crashed.
the major stands up, says, "I'm impressed."
Thank you, sir.
She's a girl, I think.
I thought we called everybody.
Everybody is
everybody,
sir
sir.
in the Russian army.
Yeah.
Okay. I got nervous. Sorry.
What?
Did you think any less of your expert training that we've received here?
You see, Senior Lieutenant Petrova sits up a little taller, like, that's right. Training officer.
I'm making that chick look good.
That's right. The major motions to Senior Lieutenant and says, I would expect nothing less from Senior Lieutenant graduates. However, sometimes dying when a plane crashes is unavoidable, no matter how much training you have.
Oh, we didn't crash. Our plane was just on fire.
Either way.
Please, right.
I believe I said that.
I'm assuming you got the debriefing from Sergeant something. Yegia?
Yagova? It's on your character sheet
It's
as well.
Yagrova.
From Sergeant Yagrova and Sergeant Grimova.
She flips over and says, yes, I have it here. There was successful mission, and Vera made special point to mention the quality of piloting involved in evading anti-aircraft fire and the overall performance of your section.
Yeah, without Yulia's quick thinking, we would have probably went down for sure.
I see that. There is one thing I want to clarify here. Vera mentioned you were shooting your plane?
I will.
She's looking
Yes,
at
sir.
it like, and she says that more as a question to you, and also, like, I wrote that down, I think.
I will.
We sustained some enemy fire, and the rudder for the plane was not working. So I leaned out of the cockpit and shot the rudder to the appropriate angle for me to be able to land our plane.
She takes a pen, makes some notes. I suppose that is not trained in our mechanic education. She writes things down. She says, as I said to your section mates before in the debriefing, is that sometimes there are moments where you're flying where you have to adapt and overcome. While I'm not certain that is something that I would have thought of, if it works, it's hard to argue with success.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you like an under the table like high five kind of thing.
She sits back and she goes over some details of where you guys crashed and how that went, all that kind of stuff. There's no need to get bogged down in the details. She takes a lot of notes, mentions things. She talks about with her chief of staff, asks you what you guys saw, all that kind of stuff. Do you guys imagine she also asks you, how did you make it back?
I will lay out all of the plans and show her everything. Like, since we had really good maps and everything like that, this is what we decided the best route would be under the cover that we had. And then we came upon the farmhouse with the grandfather and the two children that are at the base now. And then
I'll debrief her on what happened. We attained some poison from local herbs, thanks to good Russian wilderness knowledge. We poisoned the German soldiers. I will hand her a stack of bars from their shoulders. These are some sketches I did of the more prominent officers to help you identify them. Here's the bars. Here's their names.
the one that helped us, I'll point that out too. I know that they're German and we kill them, but if it were not for him, we would be dead for sure.
And then we'll just kind of explain our route back out,
Right.
and I will present them with the maps and things. These locations we've marked on the maps were ones where they had items set up marked on the map.
And then whatever the stuff they had in German, like if they had letters or anything, like orders or anything like that, like written orders.
So they start flipping through that. She just takes it. She hands it to her chief of staff, and she starts going through it. And she continues listening and talking to you guys. And she says, "Well, it seems like quite the adventure. I'm impressed. Again, I do have. Well, I suppose maybe it's better if I don't say it." And she gestures towards the Captain Barsukova, the regimental Politotruck, and she sits up. And did you think it would be possible that the problems that you experienced in flight are due to the sabotage of anyone within your section?
Have you ever been part of a flight squad?
I'm just looking dumbfounded at her, like,
Captain Barsukova?
You say that, and okay, so everyone here is a pilot of some form or another, except for the two political officers, right?
Mhm.
And you feel like the eyes of the rest of the command staff, like, lean forward and look at her. And she says, no, I have never had the pleasure of flying. That's not where my skill set lies.
I can tell you without the shadow of a doubt that the sergeants in my unit would no more sabotage my plane than stab me in my sleep at night.
Strong language, Lieutenant. You can see her looking down at the papers that she has in front of her. It looks like she's looking at something, but you can kind of tell that it's like she's trying to formulate the next thing that she should say.
Continue to stare at her with as hard as a stare as I can muster.
As she doesn't want to lose any credibility with the command staff here, who are all also pilots and fighting women.
I'm just backing up my leader. That's right.
I guess I don't have anything else. And she folds her file closed and looks sufficiently cowed with your statement.
Do I feel like there's probably going to be some repercussions from that?
Maybe in the future, maybe. But you definitely push the right button in front of the commanding officers here against the non-person or the person who doesn't actually do this job. So she says, I don't have anything else, I suppose. And she closes her file. So yeah, they will stand up. They'll shake your guys' hands. They'll congratulate you, say it's good to have you guys back, and that things would be much better if we had more women like you in pilot seats.
That's right.
So
We kicked butt.
Senior Lieutenant Petrova will tell you to be careful. If you do too much more, you're going to end up sitting where she's sitting and not in a plane anymore.
Oh,
No, I don't do that. I want to be fighting.
Not as a threat.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things like you do too good, then they make you teach people how to do this stuff, and they get one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
And the major dismisses you guys and tells you that seems like you guys have had quite the ordeal, and that our last weather report said that there is some weather moving in for this evening. So you ladies should enjoy a night off.
Whoop, whoop.
She says,
some rest would be much appreciated.
yeah, go get some rest and some downtime.
Excuse me, Major. What will be done with the children and the grandfather?
Yes.
I have no idea. That's not really within my circle of what I deal with. Why?
Well, he lost his wife and they lost their grandmother, and
They aided the Soviet
yes.
army in obtaining this intelligence. I just want to make sure that they're taken care
They'll
of.
be taken care of. We'll make sure that they are fed and taken care of. But yeah, outside of that, I really don't. I can't. Hopefully I'm sure that the grandfather has some kind of skills. Maybe he can find work or whatever inside the town here. But we will make sure that we do what we can for them. Their risk and sacrifice, while we would expect that of any loyal Russian citizen, is noted.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Very good. Well, what do you guys do?
Go get Dasha out of the hospital, and we're gonna have some drinks.
Well, before we do that, I want to say goodbye to the kids and the grandfather.
Yeah.
Because we probably won't see them again. I'm
Right.
sure they'll be ushered off somewhere or whatever.
Are they okay? So yeah, they are still here then.
Yeah, so they rode back with you guys. Plan is right now is to keep them in True Gornyaka and see if there's something that they can do here or whatever. And maybe they can make a life for themselves here.
Do I have any do we have any money?
I
do we
don't
determine
know
that?
how the pay structure works, but
Okay.
I would think that you guys would get paid
Okay.
in some form or fashion, whatever
Okay.
it is.
I will take half of whatever I have,
Uh-huh.
and maybe a couple rations of something, and give it to the grandfather.
Okay, right on.
I would like to do the same. I don't have anybody to send shit to anyway.
Right. So he seems like the whole situation sucks.
Yeah.
Basically. But he seems very grateful and moved. And for the hard-ass, old-timey World War I veteran Russian grandfather, you can tell that he's moved by what you guys have done. And he tells you guys that I know the war takes you here, there, and everywhere, as the Great War took me all over this part of the world. But as long as you guys are here, I'm sure Ira and little Fedor here would love it if you guys could stop in and see them whenever you have time, because there's no one else here that we have.
I'll hug the kids.
Okay. And he'll
I'm not going to cry. Not gonna cry.
And he will usher them off and walk them, out of camp. And they spend a minute looking at the, stuff going on and whatever. And they have kind of a minder, more or less, from the infantry unit that will sort of get them here, there, and everywhere.
Did they give us like any kind of like training pins or anything like that?
I'm sure, yeah.
I will take mine off and give it to the girl. Give it to
right on.
what's her name? I wrote it down. Ira. I'll give it to her and tell her that when she comes of age, she will also be.
Right on. I think that qualifies as a reaching out to me. So go ahead and roll a reaching out. So roll plus. Oh, I guess you don't have any.
Woo, 10.
Right on. So choose 2.
I will remove harm from you and your friend. Can it be all of the friends?
They don't really have any. I mean, like but you can.
Does she have harm still?
Oh no, it has to be someone that you're interacting with,
Oh.
not just anyone. So if you can remove the harm from yourself.
Well, then I will just go ahead and add 2 to the mission pool. Then I'll keep my harm because it'll fall off when we rest,
on.
right? So I'll do
So
that.
you realize in that moment how much of a badass you truly are, and how much of a badass the ladies that you fly with are,
Heck yeah.
and feel sufficiently uplifted. So they, she smiles and she's beaming. Like this girl is positively glowing right now. And
That's
she
right.
feels like 10 foot tall and larger than life. So she goes off with her grandfather and their minder, and he walks them back to the town, whatever.
Cool. I will put my arms around the ladies and just like pull us all in for a big hug. Because I am just happy that we're all alive.
Group hug. Donna's just like, it hurts so good.
I'll allow it.
We'll do the side hug for you.
Well, what do you guys do for the night?
I say we have a party.
Heck yeah.
Agreed.
I'm gonna sneak out and find that cook. I just survived.
Thanks for listening. This has been an episode of Just One More Fix. Music has been provided by Kevin MacLeod. You can find him at incompetech.com. You can support us at patreon.com/justonemorefix or follow us on Twitter at JustOneMoreFix.